Hello, my absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates. It's me, Stormie Grace, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of February 26th, taking us into March. And we have been waiting for March, where we will have Saturn move into Pisces. We'll see Pluto move into Aquarius. Mars will officially leave the post-retrograde shadow time, and some of this energy where we have been feeling like we're in purgatory or we're like bottlenecked, you just can't quite move it forward, will start to be on the move again. So we are on our way, and it's all really kicking off this week. And I have to tell you, before we even jump into the forecast, I really like this week for us. We have got Venus and Jupiter coming together in a conjunction in the energy of Aries, and that is such delicious, good, romantic, attractive, expansive kind of energy that I will tell you, I think that this week truly, if there's something you felt like you wanted to call into your life, whether it is romance, whether it is relationships, whether it's like, do it with ease. That's what this Venus-Jupiter conjunction brings to our attention, is the opportunity to do it with ease. So if you're looking to find out what is going on in the cosmos and energetically around you this week, then hang and stick with me. Before we jump into the week, you can get your own digital transit calendar so that you can track the sky as well, right at the palm of your hands and your fingertips. The digital transit calendar is $17 off with my code. It's in the description box down below. As well, I've got the Astrology 101 class still for sale, $25. And starting this week, I'm going to also offer you the Astrology 102 class that goes with that 101 class at $25 until May as well. So please feel free to take advantage. All right, friends, let's go. Let's get in here into the week. So first of all, coming into the week, it is a week where this is we've got the first quarter moon. We're coming in this week on Monday under the first quarter energy. And first quarter is the crisis of action. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And when you think about first quarter energy, I want you to hold the vision every month that this comes around of the paramedic, okay? Our first responders. So they are taking something from a state that it is in right here and getting it to something better. So they're builders. They're like the emergency builders. That's what they do. But they are essentially the get done people. So that is the energy we are bringing into this week. This is a week where you can get done. And that is really exciting because I know we've been on pause a lot. And I do want to say too, keep in mind that yes, Mars is not out of that post-retrograde shadow time, nor will it be until March 15th. So some of the things, it's like you can see the vision right here, but you can't quite get to it. You can't quite access it. This is a week where you can take a little bit of motion, but it's not going to be like, oh, I've arrived at the thing. But this is the week to be productive. Work with other people. Finish that project, make progress on that project, whatever it needs to be. That's the vibration that we are bringing into the week. Now later, when we move into the middle of the week, we're going to need to remember that we also have our void of course moons, so that you pause and you get a sip of water from all the doing and going excitement to reflect and to rest yourself. But coming in this week on Monday, this is absolutely beautiful. In fact, we're going to get to that void of course energy when we get to Tuesday, but it's not until the evening before the moon transitions signs, okay? So later in the evening on Tuesday, moon goes void of course, and I want you to rest. I want you to reflect. I want you to rejuvenate yourself. Make sure you are taking a nice bath, caring for yourself. Like let all of the productive energy kind of sit and sink for just a minute. Then right after that, we're going to see the moon move into the energy of Cancer. And you know how I feel about this. You know I love Cancers. I love Cancers. I do. I'm a little biased. I love Cancers. So bake bread. Be good to yourself. Make sure you are treating yourself in ways that feel nurtured and nurturing. Nurture the people around you. You know, go to your insides and have that soup that you like. Put on that show that brings back the memories for you at that time. Now, when we are experiencing this moon energy, it's going to sit before it leaves the energy of Cancer in opposition to Pluto that is hovering at 29 degrees of Capricorn, okay? And we're going to really feel this energy pull in about Thursday. So I want you to keep something in mind. I actually think it's stronger on Wednesday, but I want you to keep something in mind about that Pluto at 29 degrees is that it is vibrating at an anaretic. We call it 29 degrees anaretic, which means it's powerful, it's intense, it's loaded with a lot of question of, did you learn the lessons I was here to teach? So as we're vibrating under this energy, but then the moon bumps into it and it opposes it, what this can feel like for us, you guys, is first of all, that Pluto energy already, we're feeling bottlenecked, we're feeling pressure. Like there's a pressure here. There's something I need to be aware of, but there's a pressure, right? I'm undoing old structures, old beliefs in my life. I'm undoing my beliefs around things that are authority. I'm having my own authority wiggled from my hands, and I'm having to establish new authority and dominance in a different way. What have been dominating thoughts and principles and ideas that I've been carrying with me, right? Like what are my old stories that I've been carrying with me? And now we have this opposition with the moon, where the moon is like, that's not sustainable. The pressure is here to show you what to let go of, what to surrender. Bring the opposition together, and opposition is moving far apart, so you can feel like the world is going this way and my insides are going this way, and I feel like I'm being pulled in two directions in my life, in my world, in my home, in my insides. My internal batteries feel like they're waning, and I'm tired because of this, right? And instead, let's bring the opposition together, and opposition works brilliantly when we integrate it. What's the deep truth of the old story that you are going to let yourself surrender? How did you tell yourself you had to work? What are the beliefs that you had about power and control and dominance in your life? This is a time where the moon is going to say, I need you to bring what we know to be internally true about the fact that you matter, that you're valuable, that the nurturing that you have to naturally give to the world is valuable, and bring it together with that Pluto energy that says some of these old structures and stories aren't true anymore. Get ready to come out here differently, and we bring them together. So I want to hold, and I want to make some space for you to understand that that pressure cooker energy that we've been experiencing with Pluto as it runs into the opposition of the moon, it can feel a bit more intense on that particular day. So what is that day not great for? It's not great for going to have I don't think it would be great to have any big conversations, make any big negotiations that day. If you want to explore the depths of your soul, your childhood, these old stories, your memories, your being, do it while you're having your delicious soup. I wouldn't do that. It's such an emotional energy, okay? But then we're going to get over here to this delicious Venus-Jupiter conjunction on Thursday. And oh my goodness, this is good energy, excuse me. So when we see Venus and Jupiter come together, they're the benefics. It's the big benefic plus the small benefic. And as they come together in Aries, it's like you don't have to force. You don't have to push. You can take some ease with initiating what you'd like to begin. This is romantic. It's playful. It's easy. It's fiery. Be with it. Plan a night out. Plan something romantic. Even if you are single, romance you. Go someplace. Go expand out. Bring that fun, easy movie into your life. This is such a good aspect for relationships. I happen to think that this aspect as well is really phenomenal for anything you need to do one-on-one. Because remember, Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars, if you look at the symbol, is the arrow attached to the little circle, right? That's what it looks like. And Mars wants to point in one direction, right? It doesn't really want to do all these gymnastics. It wants to go in one direction. So one-on-one communications, one-on-one engagements, this would be the day where if you want to, put that proposal out there, if you want to initiate a contract or you want to do something like that, you're much more in your wisdom and you're much more in your direct energy, especially if you can do something one-on-one. So enjoy that energy. Have fun. We have been under intense energies and we're not quite done yet. So try and have a little bit of fun as this energy rolls around for you, okay? Now, we're also going to see Thursday, we're going to see Mercury come into a conjunction with Saturn. And as these two come into a conjunction with each other, it's actually, again, for me, a wisdom position, because it's like the mind and the foundation, the mind and the clarity come together so that you can get something done. So you're really very focused. The concentration is there. You know what you're doing. You know what you're trying to build under this energy. So it's a really very useful day to, again, communicate anything you need to. But it can also be, this is an interesting dynamic where it's like, yeah, it's good for research, doing all the things you need to do and you need to focus on, but you can be a little persnickety with people. You can be like, my time is money. What do you want? So maybe, be productive this week. Work with a team, work with people, be about it, go out, have fun, enjoy it a little bit. Just remember there can be a little bit of an edge, but in terms of getting something done really well and quite seriously, this is a great energy for it. Now, just a little bit after that, we're going to see Mercury actually leave that conjunction with Saturn in Aquarius, and Mercury moves into the energy of Pisces. Okay. Mercury is considered to be in fall in the energy of Pisces. Okay, it's not its strongest. Mercury wants to go, it wants to gather information, it wants to whip, it wants to zip, it wants facts. Give me the facts, give me the information. But in the energy of Pisces, it's like you took this really fast, like FedEx truck, like a NASCAR, and put it in water, right? So, whoa. It can kind of have that. And so our minds, the communication around us can kind of go woof, and we feel that drop down a little. So what I'm going to tell you is, in order to get done, to work in harmony, to work efficiently and effectively, the best thing to do with your communication style at this particular point is going to be to tap into your emotional and your intuitive intelligence, right? Because Mercury is of the mind. It is an intellectual energy. But in Pisces, it has to work in water, so it can be like working in a fog. So instead, get in where you fit in. What is your intuition telling you? What is that creative project that you want to work on? What's that vision board that you want to create? What does it feel like to emotionally and mentally bring something to completion? Let something transition to what it needs to be next. I also think this has been a practice in my life for a long time, is that this is a great time to have communications with your ancestors, to have communications with the spirit realm. And the way that you can do that and facilitate quicker conversation is to be around water. Water is a natural conductor of electricity, right? And through the spirit realms, it's all electric energy. So if you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're not sure where to go next, you're feeling great, you're feeling low, should I invest, should I change this direction? Empower yourself to have the conversation with the divine energies that are available to offer really wonderful guidance by being around water. When you go to bed at night, put a little glass of water by your bed so it helps you facilitate the conversation in your dreams or in your meditation. This is a great use of this particular placement. What is not going to be a great use is to try to force conversation, to try and get everything and think you've got all of the details and all of the clarity. Instead, it may move through the realm of emotional intuition. This is the other thing I want to point out about this particular position. Because that Pluto is vibrating at 29 degrees of Capricorn, you may be like, no, these are the rules. This is how it has to be. You get really rigid. No, I'm not going to see that client. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that, right? But when Mercury gets into Pisces, we drop into the level of the heart and the spirit space, and you may have to look at situations that are presenting you that, because it doesn't go by the rules, you have to stop in the heart space and say, okay, well, wait, what is going on here? Is this something that I could work on? Which I'm not telling you to compromise. That is not what I'm saying. And don't make poor business or life decisions. Make them with wisdom. But listen below the level of it's supposed to be like this for what is there, because there is a string of information presenting itself. Ask for spiritual and intuitive and emotional clarity through your dream state, through that meditation, and I bet you'll absolutely get it. Okay. Now, when we get to Friday, we're going to see, first of all, Venus in a conjunction with Chiron here, okay? All right, so Chiron's been transiting through Aries. It's the wound of the identity. We have such different identities now, right? But now you got this cool new identity. How do you take it out into the world? Right? So how do you actualize this thing? So this is something that we've been working on since 2022, really deeply, I think, around our new identities. The world is changing around us. Again, Pluto 29 degrees, everything getting ready to move forward in March. The world is changing. You have to bring a new identity out here, which is authentically you, but also works in the world that is to come, right? So this has been a big conversation, but now we bring Venus in Aries, which... I have Venus in Aries, so high five to all the Venus and Aries friends. It's our season, right? Now you've got Venus in Aries in conjunction with this Chiron here, and Venus attracts in. Venus doesn't chase, it attracts. So you're attracting to you based on the new identity that you are bringing out, that you are living, that you are putting into motion, that you are initiating, right? And this is a phenomenal thing, because I think sometimes, you know, at least what happens for me is I'm moving a little bit different, or I'm moving in a different direction, I'm trying something out, and there can be this fear of like, am I going to be okay? Is this going to work out? You know, do I have to offer this to people like this? And it's like, no, just do you. Be pure in your delivery. Be so into yourself that what you can deliver aligned with a divine plan actually becomes selfless and helps others. But right now, Venus is attracting to you the opportunities to do that, to show you where you can be the helper and the hand up in a community, and where you also need to take care of yourself. It's a really lovely energy. Now, after all of that evaluation, we are going to see that we're under another void of course moon. It's time to rest. It's time to again bring the last couple days to a close. You know, we have had energy just whipping and zipping. It's been very, very productive. And so now it's time to rest. And as we're closing out this week and we're getting ready for next week, we will have seen the moon move between Gemini and Leo. So as we arrive here on Sunday, which is actually going to be the 5th, we've crossed the threshold into March, you know, we're back again into a void of course place before we're going to start this next week on the 6th with the moon traveling through Virgo. So really being organized into next week is kind of the design of where we're going. And in the meantime, you know, there's a lot of productivity. There's a lot of understanding the bubble that we've been living in, the stories that we're shedding at this particular time in a really deep, conscious way, and an understanding that the new identities that we've been developing this week are allowed to come out, and they are welcome and they are valuable. So let's go ahead and bring them out. And as you do, you will attract to you what you need next to give you that spiritual, emotional, financial nurturing that is yours to come. So really productive week. I think there's a lot of good going on. I can't wait to see how we're doing as we get closer and closer to each of these big stops that we're coming into as we're coming into March. You know, we'll be meeting up on the 7th to watch Saturn have a transition. We're also going to be having, of course, a full moon, and this is all just happening next week. And then the week after that, Mars out of retrograde. Then the week after that, Pluto into Aquarius. So, you know, there are some cliffhangers and bangers coming for us as we move into this next week. So please try and enjoy this week. Have some fun. Have some delicious food. Have some enjoyment. But more than anything, leave this forecast, and I hope it's been valuable enough to you for you to feel informed and empowered and pick a strategy of how you're going to move forward into your week in your own highest potential, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, if this was valuable to you, please hit the like button down below. I am really trying to grow this channel and expand the message out. There's a lot of people who are suffering because they don't understand energetically what's happening around them, and I want to welcome them to our tribe and to our group, and to help everybody see, you know, the cosmic plan that's kind of going on around us. So I love you guys a ton. Click in the description box down below for all the goods, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.